Obviously passionate, and obviously you had the crowd with you. But I read that one of the main reasons you wanted to be there is because Congressman Baird had used the term brown shirts to describe people showing up at the town halls. You confronted him on that. What happened?
I did confront him on that, and I don't think it's acceptable language that he's, comparing us to Nazis. And it's Pelosi did this, he did this. Now he's compared us to McVeigh and talked about bombings there. And basically, I called him on it. I said, you know what? If you want to call us Nazis, let's look at the Nazi doctrine. Let's look at National Socialism. And what is National Socialism? Since you let the cat out of the bag, we'll talk about it. National Socialism is very much what we see today in this administration. It's a policy almost line for line. It's the same economic policy. It's the same political policy. And so if they want to talk about Nazis, then they better be careful about that conversation, because they might find that the swastika is on their own arm.
When you went there, and obviously you had the crowd behind you, and the congressman seemed uneasy, he didn't really give a full apology for that statement. I didn't hear him say, I'm sorry for using that term. Do you find his so-called apology acceptable to you?
No, I think it was more of a political dance. He was up there, I don't know if it was an Irish jig or a waltz or what he was doing. But he definitely avoided the words of, he didn't want to say what he said. He didn't want to admit to saying it. And as my representative, you should at least be able to stand up there, admit what you said, and if you actually believe that you did something wrong, own up to it, admit it to us. You work for us. We don't work for you.
Boy, we seem to forget that term, public servants, and I think your monologue there is a great reminder of that. One of the issues, we have an investigative report coming up a little bit later in the program, Corporal, and I hope you'll have an opportunity to watch this. And the story broke in the Wall Street Journal last week. There was a 52-page book entitled Your Life, Your Choices. Published in 1997, that literally was given to VA hospitals and nursing homes around the country. And George Bush, when he found out about it, they canceled the book. Barack Obama has brought it back. And among other things, and we'll go into some detail and specificity as the program unfolds, they raise questions about, well, how are you going to feel if you view yourself as a financial burden to your family and things like that. And I'm thinking, these are the 20-some-odd million veterans that served this country and defended our freedom. Is that part of your concern, that this is not being discussed?
Yeah, and I don't think, obviously this is something that they're going to try to bury and they're going to try to spin away like they always do, but it's not acceptable, and this is something that it never should have happened. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. To say that our veterans, our men and women that have served this country, risked their lives in many cases to serve this country, that we're going to place a dollar value on their life, it's disgusting.
Well, the fact that they would even recommend any such thing except to give them all the treatment to end of life and do everything to preserve and protect life is unimaginable to me. And this is what, Governor Palin was criticized for when she brought up the term death panels. But, Corporal, great job. That's democracy in action. You certainly have earned your right as a disabled vet to say whatever you want. And we appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now,